Hey, you guys, Jules Plus Vegan. What's up, y'all? I am just chiming in, my friends. I am working alone in my classroom, and I was thinking, you know what? I would love to see my JBV community and find out what are you guys thinking for Thanksgiving, Not just what you plan on preparing per se, if that's your gig, but how are you going to honor your food? No, you mean this may not be your problem, but I think you guys know my history, right? I can be doing really well. I can make it through any of the challenging things. And then when it's all over and I exhale, I tend to falter. Okay. And of course, I am vegan and raw vegan is my preference. And I'm absolutely on plan for that. So I am going to a dinner. Hey, Annie Beard, I'm talking about Thanksgiving. How are we going to be consistent through that meal? Of course, it takes a plan. Let's be fair. It takes a plan. And so I was just talking about that. And I was just saying, I often make it through the hard things in the moment, but when I exhale is when I tend to falter. And that just can't be the case, right? So for me right now, some of my tools, of course, are reaching out to friends like Annie Beard and saying, hey, I'm struggling. Definitely doing 12-step meetings. I'm doing a meeting a day for 90 days. This is day 23. And just getting in those rooms and talking with like minded people, right? Annie says she's not cooking and she's not going anywhere. Okay. That is a great plan to kind of just stay in your box of safety and say, this is how I roll. I love it. And for me, I am going. There's going to be a lot of family, a lot of food. And to an extent, that's triggers for me. It's not just the food, but also not seeing people, right, for some time. And, families, my family is boisterous, opinionated, which is what I love. But at the same time, it can trigger things for me. And I just can't let that food be the solution to those triggers, right? Like the whole got to go through it. I got to just be present and have a plan. So, of course, part of my plan is taking my food. That's exactly what I was going to say. Annie was like, take the food that you can eat. No doubt, no doubt. And yet, I'm so happy to be talking about this in advance, right? So, Tanny Raw always says you've got to role play, right? And if you don't know Tanny Raw, look her up on any social media platform. And role playing is so important. And this is the same thing. I can talk it out right now so that when I'm in the moment, I won't freak because I'm kind of tricky that way. I was one of those people who, oh, no, no, I'm not going to eat anything. Oh, no, thanks. Or I'll just have a bite. And then, oh, my Lord, I would more than make up for it in my private time, right? Total nightmare. But the other thing about that is that, there's foods that I'm not going to do, right? I'm not going to do any foods that are animal products. I'm not going to do any foods that are salt, oil, sugar, and of course, what food doesn't have that? I mean, people mean so well, this time of year. There's just a lot of food porn. I know that's a funny statement, but seriously, where people just glamorize the heck out of food, right? And if you're not participating, they're confused. They're just like, why pray tell? And can't you just have a little and one bite won't hurt? And oh my gosh, it's Thanksgiving. Well, guess what? A second ago it was Halloween. And in a minute it's going to be Christmas and then New Year's and then Easter and then Valentine. Like, come on, people. Honestly, there is always a reason to eat, which I know I'm preaching to the choir. A lot of the people who are on Jules Plus Vegan so get it. But again, I kind of need to talk it out. I need to talk it out because sometimes I will compromise with myself. So I'll be like, well, at least it's not a dead animal. Like, that's number one. It cannot be a dead animal. Okay. Then, second, I'll go to, well, it does have some animal products in it, but at least they're not. No, 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 no. Okay. Stop the compromise. It's a no. Like, it's a hard no. And the joke is this: while we can certainly have eggs and we can have cheese and milk, and you can even argue that, but that was on a family farm, and they needed to give the eggs away, and the cow didn't mind being milked. You know what? It's not about that. Okay, let's say you're not torturing cows, which of course they're doing. Let's say that they're not stealing the baby at 3 weeks, killing the cow at 3 years because they're no longer viable, impregnating them falsely for their entire life. Let's just pretend it's none of that. Let's pretend none of that's going down. How about the fact that it is detrimental to our health? Straight up. I know that's my hard no, Annie. Hard no. It's detrimental to our health. The joke is on us all day long and twice on Sunday. Having bovine fat, and secretions and all of that from a cow, our body doesn't know what to do with it, and nor should it, right? I mean, humans are the only ones who actually drink milk from another animal. It's insanity. Oh my goodness. Not to mention the cholesterol from the eggs, like all those things. And people need to inevitably add sugar and stuff, right? Yeah, they have to add sugar and stuff to make it even worth tasting. Yes, and Annie is saying, plus you know how you're going to feel afterwards. Like, let's not be brain dead on that, okay? The inevitable food coma. Like people used to always say they were so tired, they need a nap after a big meal. I never need a nap after fruit and vegetables. Never, ever, ever. I only have more energy. I am more stoked. The kids in my class even say, Miss McCants, how come you don't need like coffee and stuff? And how come you don't have, and I'm like, fruit and vegetables for the win. I'm not even kidding you, but I can't, as a compliment to my brother-in-law, go ahead and accept his green beans, which are laden with butter. Let's get real, okay? Or a little bit of yams, which are out of a can and covered in, marshmallow or whatever. So I'm talking about me right now, and people who are in first the vegan community. Though let's be fair, there's levels of vegan. You might be a junk food vegan. You might be a plant-based, let's just say a plant-based eater that happens to be vegan, but not vegan for the animals. Okay, there's a whole different level there, let alone raw vegan, where you don't allow your food to get over 118 degrees, right? So there's definitely levels. For me, if I haven't clarified, I am absolutely vegan for the animals. I started out as plant-based because I knew it was a healthier way. But when I learned about the detriment to the animals, I was vegan for the animals. May no animal or animal product enter my body. May no animal be harmed or threatened in the making of my food. That's zero way, zero way. So it's that I am number one for the animals, but as a subset, God being God, by me abstaining from any animal products, the blessing is on me. It can only make me healthier. And so, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to get on here and just say, we're in a time where people want to make themselves comfortable by pushing it on us. And it's just like, no, I don't shove anything down your throat. They would never say, Jules, want a drink, because they've seen me dancing naked on a table. It's not pretty. Praise God, I haven't had a drink in a really long time, but I cannot drink and people know it. They would never offer me pills. I was a pill gourmet, like that's straight up. But the last one, which is food, which of course is the slowest form of suicide ever, okay? It's far more painful. I remember, and God bless him 1,000 times, but when I used to catch mice, I would use the sticky trap. And I will tell you, they would not only scream, where I can hear them screaming, but they would incidentally pull their bodies apart on that dang sticky track. Later, I ended up just doing the smack because I was like, it was more merciful, horrific all around, but more merciful. Well, same thing. It's the slowest form of suicide for me to be eating the standard American diet, for me to be putting processed nonsense in my body. The obesity is so uncomfortable, the disease that comes with all of it. And if you've watched me, I've had so many of them, which God is lovingly retracted as long as I stay on my plan. So yeah, that's why I wanted to get on here. Of course, to wish people a happy Thanksgiving, which is coming all too soon, but mostly to say, I am going to honor myself by bringing my own food, beautiful salad, delicious dressing, some great fruit. I've been loving those Kent mangoes. They're gigantic. Oh my gosh. They are gigantic, but they are so juicy and delicious. I know if I can dress nice and eat one of those in front of people. Oh my gosh. I know most people have the grace to cut them perfect and into squares. Me, I'm a texture person. I just want to peel off the green and go, like a little kid, you know? It's super funny. So I will find some grace. I will find some grace on how to consume that food a little more nicely. You know, it's kind of funny, and I hate to be selfish about my food, but I get that way. And I'm sure that just comes from my whole history of compulsive eating. But when I make a beautiful salad or I make my food, and then all of a sudden the normies, I call them normies, right? I know I'm going to do it. Annie, I'm going to do it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. It's just going to be one more day. And I know, like, especially in the 12-step programs in Overeaters Anonymous, they would say, what's another name for Thanksgiving? And it was simply Thursday. It's just one more day. I so get that. But I can't be naive in knowing the pressures that come with the whole family array, visuals, right? There's all those things for sure. But anyway, so yeah, I was just thinking that I'm definitely going to honor myself with all of that. I'm going to have my food plan. But with normies, that means these are people who are civilians. They don't even know the beauty of raw vegan. They don't even know the joy of a healthy salad full of fun. They don't even know a beautiful dressing that doesn't offend any animals or include sugar, oil, or salt. And suddenly on that day, everybody's vegan. Everybody wants my salad. Everybody's saying, let's share. Oh, sorry. I'm in my classroom. Let's see if I can make it turn on. Come on, classroom. Hold on. I got to turn it on. It'll make me crazy. One of those automatic lights, right? Come on. You can do it. Ah, thank you. I'm still here. I'm still here. Anyway, yeah. So, they they don't it doesn't mean anything to them, and then they just take a couple of bites and leave it, and I just sit there fretting. But that is just my insanity with food. Even if it's something healthy, I got to be calm. I got to know that I'm provided for. I have to know that I have enough, and that it's okay if they waste that food. Do you believe me? Me either. Me either. I feel like saying, forget it. I'm keeping the whole thing to myself. All right. Prayers for that. It's not coming for 2 days. So at the same time, we are in the middle of the Thankfulness Challenge. This is day 23. And for day 23, it's just one thing that you're thankful for today. What is one thing you're thankful for today? I'm thankful, obviously, for Annie Beard chiming in on this. And I'm thankful that I am provided for in this moment. I'm stoked. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us. If you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed. Take care, you guys. Okay, come in.